Hello, and welcome back to Classic Times. Today, I'll be covering Stage 25 of the Cambridge Latin course, and I'll be going over the topic of indirect questions. So just before we meet indirect questions, I would just like to go over direct questions, which you should be familiar with from Book 1. So you would have met sentences such as this: Quis clamorem audivit? Who heard the shout? Ubi habitat rex? Where does the king live? So in both of these examples, a question is being asked. These examples are known as direct questions. So now that we've revisited direct questions, let's move on to having a look at indirect questions. So as well as using the subjunctive in cum clauses, Latin also uses it to express questions in indirect speech, also known as reported speech. So to form an indirect question, you'll need a main verb, a question word, and a subjunctive. So here's an example of another direct question: Quis es? Meaning who are you? And here is this question embedded within an indirect question. Miles juvenem iterum regavit quis esset. And this means the soldier asked the young man who he was. So you'll notice that there's no question mark at the end because this is in reported speech, and you'll see from the colour coding that there is a main verb, regavit, a question word, quis, and the subjunctive, esset. And the subjunctive can either be pluperfect or imperfect. So as a quick starter, I would like you to have a go at trying to work out which three of these sentences are direct questions and which three are indirect questions. So please pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, so hopefully that was quite straightforward, and it should have got your brains in gear, ready to tackle some examples later on. And you may notice the rather terrible pun in the title of the slide: direct hit or indirect failure. Yeah, sorry about that one. Right, so as always, it's time to go over some new vocab. Accidere, to happen. Aliquis, someone. Apparere, to open. Autem, but. Castra is a camp. Cogere, to force. Confidere, to trust. Dignitas, importance. Explicare, to explain. Extra means outside. Latere, to lie hidden. Nescire, to not know. Nomen is a name. Peritus means skillful, not to be confused with the word perteritus, meaning terrified. Poena is a punishment. Poenas dare means to pay the penalty or to be punished. Rursus is again. Scelestus means wicked. Suavis means sweet. And finally, testis is a witness. Okay, so as always, it's time to tackle a few examples. Quintus Melissam regavit cur lacrimaret. Quintus asked Melissa why she was crying. Milites cognoverunt ubi captivi laterent. The soldiers discovered where the prisoners were hiding. Agricola nesciabat quis captivum necarvisset. Agricola was not knowing who had killed the prisoner. And in all of these examples, I've colour-coded the three main words which you'll need to look out for in an indirect question. So we've now reached that dreaded point in the video where I would like you to have a go. So pause the video and have a go at these. Now let's go through the answers. Custos nesciabat quis apropinquaret. The guard was not knowing who was approaching. Romani cogno werunt, ubi barbari essent. The Romans discovered where the barbarians were. Milites intellexerunt, quid worcobrix fecesset. The soldiers understood what Vercobrix had done. So if you managed to achieve 3 out of 3, that is truly excellent. Well done. If you managed to achieve 1 or 2 right, you're heading in the right direction. If you didn't manage to get any of them right, hopefully I didn't indirectly mislead you. Sorry about those puns. Okay, so we'll now go through a passage from the CLC. Modestus per fuga 1. Modestus, egressus e collina ubi canam optimam consumpserat, ad carcerem lente redibat. Ubi carceri apropinquavit, portam apertam vidit. Permatus, de immortales inquit. Strithio, num portam carceris apertam relinquisti. Neminem, negligentiorem, quam te novi. Modestus, having gone out of the kitchen, where he had eaten an excellent dinner, was slowly returning to the prison. When he approached the prison, he saw an open gate. Alarmed, he shouted, "By gods! Strithio, surely you have not left the prison gate open? I know nobody more careless than you. Carcerum ingressus portas omnium cellarum apertas in venit, cum hoc vidisset. Eheu inquit, omnes portae apertae sunt, captivi, e sellis elapsi, omnes fugerunt." Having entered the prison, he found all of the gates of the cells open. When he had seen this, he said, "Oh no! All of the gates are open. The captives, having escaped from the cells, all fled." Modestus rem anxious cogitavit, nesciabat enim quo captivi fugissent, intelligere non poterat cur strithio abesset. Quid facere debeo? Periculosum est hic manere ubi me centurio in venire potest. Modestus thought about the problem anxiously, for he was not knowing where the prisoners had fled to. He was not able to understand why Strithio had gone away. What do I ought to do? It is dangerous to stay here, where my centurion can find me. Mihi fugiendum est. O Strithio, Strithio, coigisti me stationem deserere. Me perfugam fecisti, sed Deos testes facio. Invitus stationem desero. I must flee. O Strithio, Strithio, you have forced me to abandon my post. You have made me a deserter. But I make the gods my witnesses. I will desert unwillingly the post. So Strithio's catastrophic blunder has resulted in, well, the prisoners all escaping, and now Modestus is in quite a bleak situation. And this is highlighted in line 5, where you may have noticed the double negative of neminem negligentiorem, and this just really highlights the sense of carelessness and stupidity of Strithio. Wow. So what a way to end. This is why Latin is just so good, isn't it? Am I right? So we've now covered stage 25 of the CLC. So let's summarise. Indirect questions. So the three main things that you should look out for are a main verb, a question word, such as quis or cur, and a subjunctive, which can be imperfect or pluperfect. So thanks a lot for watching, and join me in my next video where I'll be covering stage 26 of the Cambridge Latin course.